Hey frag heads and fragrance lovers, welcome back to my fragrance channel. It's Centaur Fragrance. My name's Benjamin. I'm your host. And we're talking about a beautiful fragrance here today. It's called Afternoon Swim by the House of Louis Vuitton. Before we jump into the full-length review, these are full-length reviews. I do it old school style. We actually talk about the notes and the breakdown and the performance and the compliment factor and the price of my final thoughts. Before we do all that beautiful stuff, please like, comment, subscribe, help the channel grow, and also support a content creator or the content creators that you love. And hopefully I'm doing a good thing over here and you love me, so show some love back. So let's jump into the fragrance review. Again, this is a beautiful fragrance. You're getting some beautiful, beautiful notes on here. You get two types of orange here, mandarin orange, and some people are saying Sicilian orange, and it's really likable. I have to tell y'all that this is some of the most beautiful orange I've smelled in any type of fragrance. I really love the opening to this fragrance. It's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. There's some ginger in the dry down. I love ginger. I love spices. And I have to tell y'all that this is one of my favorite fragrances, at least in the opening. Right after you smell this fragrance, this is beautiful. And I wish that it would last like that forever. There's ambergris as well in this fragrance. It does smell a little bit more natural and high quality, but I don't know if it smells like real natural ambergris. I know that not everybody has smelled real natural ambergris, but this gets pretty darn close. I suspect that it's synthetic. Most of these Louis Vuitton fragrances do smell like mostly synthetic fragrances that are blended very well. They are made by a master perfumer. So I do think pretty good quality went into them, but mostly synthetic, honestly. But I do have to say, again, this is a beautiful fragrance. You might be curious, why is it called Afternoon Swim? And why aren't you talking about that, Ben? Well, I'll talk about it for you. This fragrance is kind of like you go swimming in the afternoon. So it's kind of like maybe there's a sunset, maybe it's a little bit more hot and humid. Maybe, you know, you're swimming around, there's some vegetation. There happens to be some ginger. Maybe you have an exotic high quality suntan lotion, even though this fragrance doesn't overtly smell like that. Maybe that's where the ginger is coming through. This is just really nice. The citrus is really beautiful. I don't know if this really smells like an aquatic fragrance, even though it's blue. It smells more like an Italian citrus or a fresh Italian aromatic fragrance. It doesn't really smell like an aquatic, so I think it's quite a deceptive or interesting name for the fragrance, Afternoon Swim. But I do see where the afternoon part could come through with the ginger and the spices, and there is a little bit more depth to this fragrance than just purely an aquatic. So maybe that's where the afternoon part comes in. The swimming part, not so much. There are some people who say there's cologne. Maybe there is a little bit. There is a watery quality that comes through with this fragrance, but it really doesn't do. I don't know. It's not the biggest part of this fragrance. But I do have to say that this is one of the most beautiful openings in any fragrance I've ever smelled, and I'm not making this up. The thing is, with this fragrance, it just doesn't hold on to that citrus. I mean, y'all knew that was going to happen. Citruses don't last very long, but the citruses here are very fleeting. After, you know, as short as 10, 20, 30 minutes, the citruses really die off, and the fragrance is only going to last. Let's get into that performance. Let's jump straight into it. You're only going to get 2, maybe 3 hours of performance out of this fragrance. Yes, the musky ambergris does last longer than that. Really, all the character out of this fragrance is gone after an hour or two, and I can still smell it on my arm here. It's still going to keep on going. This ambergris or ambroxan is a very long-lasting note, but really it loses the ginger, and it loses the beautiful orange, and really what made this fragrance so beautiful and so addictive. Honestly, this is a beautiful fragrance, but I wish that perfumers were using chemicals, or maybe they could have bumped up the concentration and given us a pure extrait, or gave us some kind of way that the fragrance really would hold on to that citrus throughout the fragrance. Not only that the fragrance would last longer itself, but compositionally that the mandarin and the ginger could keep up with the ambroxan in the base with this fragrance. So beautiful citruses. It's a shame that it can't last longer. If you are a person who just wants to refresh, who just wants to boost up after a shower, who just wants to feel good, who doesn't mind, or maybe enjoys putting on 20 sprays of a fragrance and that it never becomes overpowering, this might be a fragrance for you. If you're the kind of person who doesn't really generally like aquatic fragrances, but loves citrus and wants something that kind of does a little bit of both, this might be beautiful for you as well. I have to tell y'all that this is a beautiful fragrance. Hopefully y'all can catch the rain. It's raining outside. These are real authentic reviews of me outside in the South, so hopefully y'all can see that behind me. Anyways, Afternoon Swim is a beautiful fragrance. I'm wearing this out and about. You know, when I first apply this, if people can smell it on me, if I do get close enough to people, people are like, wow, this is a beautiful fragrance. This is really impressive. This is something special, and also really pretty darn high quality for a citrus. The thing is it really dies down. It really dies down, and then people really can't perceive it on you. And for such an expensive fragrance, we'll talk about that in a second, that's just a shame. It's a terribly expensive fragrance, and it just doesn't really hold on enough for people to be able to pick it up on you. So you're going to have to be fairly close to people. You might have to put on 10 or 20 sprays, but really for such an expensive fragrance, that makes this fragrance even more expensive, considering how much you're going to have to put this on if you really want to get noticed even a little bit. The performance is just not going to help you get those compliments here. Anyways, beautiful fragrance though. I do think that it's got some quality to it. It's got something going for it. But again, these are $260 odd fragrances. For this composition, for the quality that's going into this fragrance, I think it's terribly overpriced. I think you're paying for the Louis Vuitton name. But is it a beautiful smelling fragrance, especially in the opening? Oh my goodness, when I first sprayed this, I was like, wow. And let me just remind myself of, and the sprayers are really good. Hopefully y'all can see that. I'm spraying it everywhere. It just smells so good. I was blown away, but I can't say it enough. And the performance is not here, guys. I really wish that it could do something special and really hold on. So anyways, I think that there are plenty of mass appealing aquatics out there. You probably know of a dozen of them. You might even own a dozen of them. If you're wanting a really mass appealing aquatic fragrance that's long lasting, I wish that I could suggest something that wasn't so mainstream or so well known, but go for Profundo. Profundo by Acqua di Gio, the Armani line. From the Acqua. It's a flanker. It's called Profundo, and it's not Profumo. I'm not talking about that one. It comes in the blue bottle, not the black bottle. Anyways, that's a very mass appealing, well put together fragrance. It's not exactly more interesting or more niche or anything, but it lasts a whole lot longer. It's very mass appealing, and it's probably going to give you that kind of quality and that vibe that you were probably looking for with this type of fragrance as a mass appealing, easy to wear, long lasting, pretty good quality aquatic fragrance. You probably want the Profundo by Acqua di Gio. That's probably what you want. Anyways, really nice fragrance. I wish that more fragrances smelled like this, had the quality of the citruses of this one. This one reminded me how beautiful citruses can be. You don't always experience that with many fragrances, and Italians or some houses like Xerjoff sometimes give it to you, but they always don't. I mean, sometimes they do, sometimes they just don't. Anyways, guys, again, don't recommend it. You're paying a lot for the name. What else can I say? Let me know in the comment sections below. Did you enjoy my fragrance review today? Did you think I did a good job reviewing this fragrance? I think it's a good one. I really did like the watery ginger. It did a much better job of using that kind of ginger quality and that ginger feel in a fragrance than the YSL Y line ever did, in my humble opinion. But the performance and the blending just could be much better. It's a shame. Again, I think some people are going to be wowed by the opening of this and maybe buy it. Again, it's not the easiest fragrance to get. Maybe get yourself a sample. If citruses are your thing, you might want to go for it. But for the performance, for what you're getting, it's a no-go, in my opinion. Anyways, hope that you enjoyed my review today. If you did like my content, if you feel like my content is worth it, valuable, helpful, and a good channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell, share the video, and tell a friend. I'll see you next time, everybody. Have a beautiful day. Stay safe, stay beautiful, stay smelling awesome, and I'll see you in my next fragrance review. Again, I upload Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So I'll see you soon. Wear what you love, my friends. Smell it up. Smell amazing. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, and bye.